Trudeau's tax. I want to call it just Trudeau's tax.
Well, you could.
It's like, I mean, it's one of thousands of taxes that Trudeau loves. But
we got to get a hashtag.
Hashtag Trudeau's
Trudeau tax. Axe the tax.
Axe the tax.
Axe the tax. We'll do that.
Hi, I'm Jay.
I'm Dave.
And this is the Dave and Jay Show.
I always jump in on that.
You do.
I'm.
You just like to introduce yourself.
I do. I like to hear my name, yeah.
Today we're going to talk about Trudeau's tax. The growing coalition across the nation in opposition to the carbon tax that Justin Trudeau wants to impose on the nation the 1st of January.
Well, we know what it's like in Alberta, don't we? I mean, we've had an imposed $3 billion carbon tax imposed on us by the Notley government. They didn't campaign on it, Jay. They had a, I love this term, hidden agenda when they came in and brought in this $3 billion carbon tax.
You mean the NDP had a hidden agenda, not the Conservatives?
No, it's the NDP this time. It's unbelievable, isn't it? But, you know, the other day, talking about electing governments that brought in the tax, Justin Trudeau said that we voted for this tax, Jay.
Well, I think that he's a little mistaken because there's been a lot of research done since he said that, and no one can find where he mentioned the word carbon and tax together. He talked about a carbon price, so maybe in his mind that meant that, you know, he was honest with Canadians, but I would dispute that.
But you're right about the growing coalition of provinces. Scott Moe in Saskatchewan was the champion.
He started it.
He started.
Yeah. Well, actually, even before him, his predecessor, Mr. Wall.
Yeah.
Brad Wall was the original anti-carbon tax leader.
And it's good to hear Brad is still out there talking too and still doing a lot of public conversation about this. But now we've got Manitoba. Brian Pallister, the Premier of Manitoba, came in and said, yep, we're going to join the coalition, which now includes, obviously, as we know, Ontario and Doug Ford. It's interesting, we mentioned Rachel Notley. She did come out and say, because of the Kinder Morgan court decision, she wasn't going to support Trudeau and his national carbon tax. But she still kept her own tax in place. Yeah. You know, great. Thanks a lot, Rachel. Appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
But
and
yeah,
what has Jason Kenney said? I mean, I know he's been holding rallies. He's been extremely outspoken on this issue. In fact, I think pretty much every time he talks against the carbon tax, both provincial carbon tax and the federal. He's saying they're not working. All they are is a tax grab. Yeah. And what is he going to do about it?
Well, you know what he's going to do. Job one, axe the tax. That's what he's going to do in the summer of next year, right after the election. If he wins. If he wins, he'll do that. So can Trudeau, do you think, Jay, I mean, you know much more about this federal political movement than I do, really, because you've been inside it. Can a prime minister impose this tax? He needs the provinces to basically enact it, to put it in the machinery. Can he do it if all these provinces are bailing on him?
Well, I think there's no question that he has the power to do it as the federal government. Yep. The question is that how workable will it be if there's the opposition, if the provinces basically say, go pound sand. Yep. You're going to do this, you have to do it completely on your own. We're not going to help you collect this tax that we believe is illegal. In fact, some people might even say immoral. And, you know, so if you're going to go down this road, you're going to be doing it on your own.
I think he knows he's in trouble.
Yeah. And that's why he's changed his messaging on it.
He totally has. Now they're talking about not saying greenhouse gases, not saying
climate change,
or CO2 emissions. They're talking about pollution. So Jay, they're talking about pollution. We're going to tax pollution. Nobody likes pollution, right? So we're going to tax the hell out of it. It's changing the narrative to try to get some public support.
But the difference is that they're not talking about taxing specific major emitters, people that actually do pollute the environment. What they're talking about is framing the discussion around this issue of pollution, but it still comes down to a tax for the everyday Canadian and the Canadian family. And at $50 a ton, which is what their initial shooting for, they're going to start it at 20, very quickly escalate it to 50. At $50 a ton, it's going to cost the average Canadian family about $1,000 per year. Now they're talking that to really make a difference and change people's habits, they're going to have to go to, $300? So what are you talking, like $2,000-$3,000 per year per family? For what? And it's not going to make an iota of difference.
It won't reduce emissions.
To the global environment.
I mean, Canada's contribution even to CO2 emissions around the globe is minuscule. What's going to happen, though? I'm worried about what's going to happen. I mean, Notley's doing it in Alberta. Notley is sending out checks to people.
Yeah,
she's sending out checks. They're going to try and buy your vote. Yeah. So Notley sends out a check to people to compensate them for the carbon tax. It's supposed to be based on, well, you reduced your emissions, so we're going to give you a reward. It's not based on emissions at all. You get a check for $150. It's based on income. So you're going to get a check from Notley, and I see those expanding as we get closer to the election, Jay. And who knows, maybe Trudeau's going to do the same thing.
People are not going to buy it. You're not going to buy it, are you? You're not going to buy into this. People buying your vote to get you to support a carbon tax and the sitting NDP government. I hope not.
Well, they want to save their political asses, and they're going to try and do it with your own money. It's ridiculous.
Well, you know...
Axe the tax!
Hashtag? Is there a hashtag?
That's a hashtag.
Okay.
Axe.
That looks good.
It looks just like the pound sign, just like a hashtag, doesn't it?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for being on the show.
Oh, Jay, thanks for having me in. I mean, it's so great. This is a lovely studio. It's great for you to invite me in again.
And thank you for watching. And make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Is it over there or over here?
It's always on your side.
Hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, wherever. Yep. Get involved. Help to comment.
Exactly.
Retweet it. And make sure that we are a growing sensation. So thanks very much.